Hello everybody. So, it was recently announced that Black Clover is going to continue past the 51 episodes. Now, if this was just a normal series and if it was animated by someone different, this would be completely good news. Unfortunately, it's still Studio Period and it's not especially amazing good news, especially because for those who don't know, new episodes comes out on Tuesday, which means as I'm recording this, I just watched the new episode earlier today. Let's talk about it, I guess. So, currently, Black Clover originally, when it came out in 2017, was initially slated for 51 episodes. Which a lot of people, including myself, was already kind of concerned with to begin with, because it was like, that's a lot. It's for a first season. So, we don't know if the series is going to do well, or maybe they didn't have a lot of faith in it. And so, when the season would end, we would be like, oh, I guess we're not getting any more Black Clover. Good news is that Black Clover anime-wise has been doing well enough to justify continuing the saga, which to me is great news because it tells me people are interested in Black Clover and that it is garnering more and more of a fan base, because I really think it deserves more love than what it gets. The problem is that it has what I would consider one of the worst Shonen Jump anime adaptations in a good fucking while. I can't even think of a fucking show that is as bad as this. And there are some fucking shows that are bad, but god damn it, nothing this offensive. So for those who don't know, because a lot of you probably haven't been watching the Black Clover anime for various reasons, one, because the manga is better, and then two, because the anime's animation is so fucking inconsistent, and 90%, not 90, I'd probably say 50% of the time, is absolute fucking garbage. And the problem is it also just takes away from the show. Like, one of the things that people will praise Black Clover to death about is that Black Clover is pretty fast-paced for a Shonen Jump title. And it tries, even though it's literally covered in cheese, it also has a lot of those moments where it kind of steps outside of its box to kind of forge its own little path in the sand. It may not be a fucking sandcastle, but it's a dune and you'll see the fucking sand dune there. The biggest issue it's been having is that the animation's been insanely inconsistent. And ironically enough, I would argue it's only kind of gotten better because they started doing a little bit more in-house stuff. Studio Period has been outsourcing the shit out of Black Clover, and you can really fucking tell it's been outsourced. And that's why anytime a fucking Studio Period actual episode comes up, which ironically enough is next week's episode, you're sitting there screaming going, we'll finally get some good animation. Literally one of the best fucking fights in the series, in the anime so far, is Yami versus Lit. And that's only really because Studio Period is the one who animated that fucking fight. That fight consistently, for the most part, is good. And then you literally go see, like, maybe an episode later, it looks like garbage. Reused animation, static images, really off-model characters. You're just like, fuck, can we not do this, y'all? No. Which now you seem to kind of understand what the problem is. We're hearing about there's going to be more episodes in October. The series is supposed to end at 51. We're on 48, I believe. So we had 3 more episodes, and it's in what? Usually you have 4 weeks in a month, and this is already the first week of September. Meaning the last 3 episodes would finish off, and we're still getting bad animation. So, like, new episodes start in October. So, literally, you're not going to take any breaks, and you're just going to go right into October episodes. Now, based off the teaser image they've been showing, hell, even based off of the fucking episode 49 preview, they're more than likely going to get through the entirety of the Witches arc. There are a few things I want to talk about this, because for those who want to know, the Witches arc is the next, or the Witches Forest arc is the next main arc in the series. There's like a little in-between arc that isn't that important, or isn't that major. Like, it's like, what, like a few chapters or so? But the major arc is the Witch's Force arc, based off of the teaser image they showed. So here's my concerns. One, I'm very doubtful that the animation is going to get better, or at least get more fucking consistent. And which is sad, because Studio Period animate shit really well, but they gotta be the ones who animate it. And spoiler alert, they don't animate a lot of Black Clover. It's like a hand. I think right now, of the 51 episodes, they may have animated maybe around 10 of them. So the rest of them have like these interesting, cool still shots, and then most of the other time you get a lot of lackluster animation. Like that, you don't know. The worst thing is that like they post like screenshots of the next episode preview images like a day before the episode comes out, and some of these stills look fucking amazing, and then you watch the episode and you're like, this is fucking garbage. And I hate that. Or I think Black Clover is the antithesis of a show that literally you can go to the beginning of an action scene, get this really cool animation for like 5 seconds, and it's like a fucking ball drops, and that shit just goes whoo, when you're like, God damn, where the quality going? It sucks. But let's talk about it in the anime sense. So that's already my concern in itself. But let's talk about the arc they're covering. I'm not going to get into spoilers, but I am going to address some things that need to be important. Now, like I said, based off the image, that's about an arc in one mini arc. The biggest point of contention with me with this, though, is not only the animation fuckery that will probably happen, but also the material it's covering. Now, Black Clover this is probably one of Black Clover's most annoying sections in the manga, only because of a weird thing that Tabata, that's the mangaka in question, decided to do for this particular fucking arc. For the Witch's Force arc, he decides to do something that will confuse a lot of, especially American fans of Black Clover. He's going to introduce new characters in this arc. And some people go, well, they introduce new characters in every arc. That's a Shonen Jump thing to do. That's an anime thing to do. Every new arc, you get introduced to a few new characters. The problem with this particular way he does it is that he introduces new characters who the main characters already know. Literally, it's going to be a situation where everyone else it's almost like you walked into a room and didn't understand that this was a family gathering. Because they already know each other. So when you're in the episode, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this? And the reason why that is, that some fans have mentioned to the fans who wouldn't know, is that Black Clover actually has a light novel. Cool. Well, here's the kicker. The characters that are shown in the next arc are from the goddamn light novel. Also, here's another kicker. The novel was never fucking translated. So, the only people who recognize these characters who were people who were such big Black Clover fans, you went and read a fucking light novel. It was like this weird inside joke that only a hardcore Japanese fan of Black Clover, or someone who could read Japanese and was a fan of Black Clover, read. It's such a specific thing. The other problem is, because of Black Clover's fast-pacedness, they don't get that much of an introduction, which is crazy to me. It's crazy that for some reason he decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab these light novel characters that were never shown in the manga until this point, and then throw them as part of some of the major characters in the next arc. Why the fuck would you do that? It's so goddamn random. So what I hope Period does to kind of mitigate the issue of having as far as material to cover, is maybe take a filler arc that pretty much tells the story of the light novels so the anime fans get it. Period, I will give them credit, in the anime will do that sometimes. For example, in the early episodes of Black Clover, they obviously made a hint to Rebecca. This is interesting to me because Rebecca wouldn't be shown until like the mid to late 20s of the anime, but you did as far back as episode like 4. It was like 3 or 4. They were already fucking showing Rebecca. That's just crazy to me. And so my concern is like, well, look, it's not going to make sense, and it's not going to be something you can ease into. The other kicker is that the light novel takes place before, like, I think it takes place before even the dungeon, like, Lux stuff. I think it's around that area. It's like early manga chapters, early episodes of the anime. That's when it takes place. So that's what I'm talking. It'd be kind of a cool callback, especially considering this arc is around the time, and the two major things you need to really know, at least as far as what it added to the story, is that this is how Asta learned how to sword fight properly, and this is partially where Noelle got the magic stick to kind of control her magic, or limited her magic, which I think they did show a bit of that in the anime. That's the major thing as far as the correlation with the characters. But I think for the sake of the new characters, they need to adapt the light novel stuff because A, it'll give you more filler time as the manga's still going. So if you really want to make this an ongoing series, use this and abuse it. Fuck it. I honestly think you should have took a break for the second season because although I'm happy about the second season, you guys didn't even animate the first 15. Hell, you didn't animate the first 13 episodes consistently, let alone the 51 you ended up doing. So it's like, how excited can I possibly be for a next season when you guys more than likely you're not giving yourselves a break? And Black Clover has been a story of how this shit was handled so poorly. They did not have the animators to cover it, and so now the fandom is paying for it. And it doesn't even seem like the Blu-ray releases is fixing the fucking animation. So this is just what we fucking deal with. Which is great, because that's exactly what I wanted you to do, is fuck up a Shonen Jump series that already doesn't get enough love as it is. And then on top of that, everything else, is that if you ignore the animation and the filler, ironically enough, Black Clover's been pretty faithful to its source material. And then, of course, this week's episode decides to throw in some random bullshit. And I'm sitting in the back like, no, don't start with this shit, alright? This is going to be even worse if you say, Black Clover's continuing. Oh, by the way, we're going to start adding a bunch of filler shit that was never in the... We're going to start changing the canon of the story for no fucking reason. Don't do it! Don't do it. The show has enough problems as it is. Do not fuck up the canon. You have one job. You ain't doing apparently nothing else right, except for the occasional good fight scene. Do not fuck up the canon. Please. So I'm conflicted emotionally, because although I'm excited to see more Black Clover, I know it's not going to look good most of the time. And I'm really hoping, if nothing else, studio, fucking animate the goddamn light novel. I can put up with bad animation for the light novel if that's what I gotta do. Just adapt it, because that would make it better than the manga at that point. Because the manga literally gives you like a fucking, not even a page, it's like half a page of goddamn quick exposition to explain who the fuck these characters are, and then boom, right off with the plot. On to the Witch's Forest. That's it. It's just, I don't know. I'm just feeling some type of way, because it's just like, I'm excited, but I'm concerned because I want to see more Black Clover, but they're not going to animate it well. And this is what trips me out. They always using this dumbass promotional material from the animation studio who brought you Naruto and Bleach. And you're like, bruh, you didn't even... That doesn't mean shit, because we've already been watching 40-something episodes of this fucking show, and you haven't animated that consistently. Bleach looks better than Black Clover and is way more fucking consistent. Bleach's fillers look better than Black Clover half the fucking time. It's stupid! It's so stupid! Even some of the worst Naruto fillers sometimes looks better than Black Clover. Fuck me, yo. Damn it! So that's why I'm concerned. I'm excited because I like Black Clover, but god damn it! Just fucking up that canon. Don't touch that canon, and let me get the occasional well-animated episode. Fuck! And then right now, and what makes it worse is they're dragging out the latest arc. The latest arc should have been done with by now, but they're doing that whole One Piece chapter per episode shit. I hate that style because it makes the show slower than it needs to be. Now for One Piece it can work because One Piece is already a slow-paced show in general. Black Clover was never slow paced, so when you drag it out, it makes it worse. And the sad thing is, I know they had good intentions, at least with the recent filler I've seen. They had good intentions, but it's like, bruh, everything else, we're just like, everyone, the fandom is just like, fuck. Because I'm excited for the new content. I'm excited for anime fans to see new shit animated. But I'm scared because they're going to get bad animation. And the next arc, you really can't afford to do that because it's action-packed like on 90% of the goddamn time. Actually, a lot of Black Clover's arcs are like that, I've noticed. But god damn it. Anywho, that's all I got to say. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. And if you want to get into Black Clover, do not watch the fucking anime. Read the goddamn manga. You will have a much better experience, 100%, by reading the manga. So I'm excited, but I'm also nervous as shit because I know what's coming. So it's like, fuck! So, we'll see. Anyways, this has been Schizomac. And remember, you're not having any fun if you're not going just a little bit crazy. Ha! 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 Ha!